What's up YouTube, Saf here on Super Saf TV, and here is the OnePlus 5T, one of the first unboxings on YouTube, so a thumbs up for that would be appreciated. Now, a few months ago we had the OnePlus 5, which magically has appeared here, and this is a great device. I've said this before, but when it comes to bang for buck, this is the best device that you can buy at this price point. But the motto for OnePlus is to never settle, and they're not settling with just the OnePlus 5. We now have the OnePlus 5T. Let's go ahead, get it unboxed, and I'll tell you about all of the new features. So firstly, we need to get rid of all of the plastic. And the box itself is completely white, like we've seen on previous OnePlus devices. We've got the OnePlus logo here at the top in red. And then we've got a 5. It doesn't actually say T here at the front, but we do have OnePlus 5T here on the left and right. Nothing at the top, nothing really at the bottom. And at the back, it's actually red with some IMEI info, etc. Shot on OnePlus and created together with our fans. Now let's go ahead and shake this out the box. Lots of shaking. And there it is. Let's just put it to the side for a short while we see what else we get inside the box. So initially we do have the power adapter. This is the UK version. It may differ to where you are from, but it does support dash charging, one of the fastest charging methods on a smartphone. And I think the OnePlus 5 has, for me, been the fastest charging device that I've done in the Super Saf style charging speed test. If you want me to do another one with the 5T, then definitely let me know. And then there is the red USB Type A to USB Type C cable. In this pack here, we have a case. That's new. It's a soft, clear silicone case with a sort of black tint to it. And there is a hole here at the back, which I'll tell you about shortly. And we also have a SIM card ejector tool, some safety info, quick start guide, as well as some OnePlus stickers. Now, let's get straight to the device. So plastic is off. We also have a sticker. I really shouldn't cut my nails before doing one of these unboxing videos. And there it is, the OnePlus 5T. We've got the midnight black color here. It's only going to be available in the midnight black color at the moment anyway. We may get a limited edition color later on, I don't know. And apparently to achieve this look, there is 3 coatings, 14 microns thick. Now let's go ahead and compare it to the OnePlus 5. And you can see that obviously it does look quite similar. We've got an aluminium unibody. Yes, aluminium because I'm in the UK. Americans, you may call it aluminum. Stop giving me a hard time. And the device itself feels very, very premium overall. We've still got the horizon line and the rounded off corners. It is not certified water and dust resistant, same as the 5, but at the front is the biggest change. And that is the display. Now, one of the biggest things that was missing from the OnePlus 5 was a near bezel-less screen. This is now here. We have a 6-inch 18:9 display with an 80.5 screen to body ratio. Now, if we go ahead and compare this to the OnePlus 5, you can see that we've got a much larger display in a very similar sized body. It's still a fully optic AMOLED display, which means you're going to get very vibrant colors, as you can see here, as well as deep blacks. And in terms of the resolution, you've got 1080 by 2160. That's full HD plus, not quad HD. Now, realistically speaking, to me, this is not much of a problem at all. That is still 401 ppi pixel density, which is really, really good. And we still have the pre-applied screen protector, which is absolutely great. I love that OnePlus do include this with all of their devices. This is also what OnePlus are calling a sunlight display. And that basically means that the display is going to adapt when you're in sunlight to give you the best results. Now, because of the minimal bezels at the front, this does mean that we no longer have a fingerprint scan at the front. This has now been moved over at the back above the OnePlus logo. It's still in a very accessible position, I have to say, and it still unlocks super fast. Just look at that. Boom. 0.2 seconds, so it still is the same speed as the OnePlus 5. And for me, I would say the OnePlus 5 already had one of the fastest fingerprint scanners out there. Now, generally speaking, I do think a fingerprint scanner at the front is a little bit more convenient, but if you've got these small bezels, then the fingerprint scanner at the back is a compromise I am more than willing to make. You can also swipe down on this fingerprint scanner to bring down your notification shade, and you can also take pictures by long pressing it when you're taking selfies and things. Now, as well as the fingerprint scanner, OnePlus have also included facial recognition on the OnePlus 5T, and it's going to look for 100 facial feature identifiers to be able to unlock your smartphone. How good this is, we'll have to test out, and whether it can be fooled with a picture or not. Once again, these things we will test out at a later point if you guys would like to see that video. Personally speaking, a fingerprint scanner is most convenient for me, especially when it's this quick. Now, another big change comes in the camera department. So we still have a dual camera setup, and the primary camera is still the same as the OnePlus 5. It's 16 megapixels with an f1.7 aperture, but the secondary camera is completely different now. So it's no longer a telephoto camera, which is going to give you optical zoom. This now has the same angle of view as the primary camera, which is 27.22 mm. It's got a 20 megapixel resolution, and it's got an f1.7 aperture, the same as the main camera. And this camera is optimized for low light situations. So if you're in a situation that has less than 10 lux of light available, then it's going to automatically switch to the secondary camera. And as far as I understand, the way this works is it's going to combine 4 pixels to give you enhanced low light shots by reducing noise. Now, how good this is, we can obviously test out and do some comparisons. If there is a particular super SAF style camera comparison you want to see with this, then definitely let me know in the comments below. This does, however, mean that we no longer have optical zoom, but OnePlus have updated their algorithms to give you improved software zoom. Is this going to be as good as optical zoom? Probably not, but you should still get some decent results. Another thing that you're going to be able to do with the dual cameras is portrait mode like we had on the OnePlus 5. The difference here being that we're going to have wide angle. So both of these are the same angle, 27.22 mm. So we're not going to have to crop in to get that portrait mode. Now you still have pro mode, so you're going to be able to adjust all of your settings manually. And also this histogram, which is very, very useful if you're into photography. And the camera interface has also been improved, so you can do most actions with just one hand. So you can move from video to portrait mode just by swiping left and right. And if you swipe down anywhere on the screen, you're going to have access to lots of your different settings. Swiping up is going to let you switch between lots of different modes. Now in terms of the software, we've got Oxygen OS on top of Android version 7.1.1. Android O is not here yet, it should be coming soon. Now personally speaking, I do really like Oxygen OS. It's not too intrusive, very close to stock Android with some very useful customizations, and we've got a few new features here on Oxygen OS. One of those is parallel apps, so you can have multiple accounts on many different apps. We've got gallery maps, which is going to let you search for images based on location. And we've still got the customizations that we all know and love, such as being able to switch around the back and home buttons. Apart from that, things are relatively the same. So we've got a 16 megapixel front-facing camera with an f2.0 aperture. We've got an earpiece here. At the bottom, we've got a USB Type-C input, a single bottom-facing speaker, as well as a 3.5mm headphone jack. Yay, that is still here. On the left-hand side is a volume rocker, as well as OnePlus's unique alert slider, which you guys know I like. Nothing at the top, and on the right-hand side, we have the power button, and then we have the dual SIM card tray. So we've still got support for dual SIM cards. Absolutely love that, so useful. That does mean, however, that we do not have a micro SD card slot, so you can't expand the storage on here. Inside, we still have the Snapdragon 835 processor. Now, the OnePlus 5 is still one of the fastest Android devices out there, so really not a problem whatsoever. We still have a 3300 mAh battery inside, and as before, we do have two versions of the OnePlus 5T, one with 6 GB of RAM and 64 GB of storage, and the other with 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage. Now, a thing that's not changed, and I'm sure you guys will be really happy to know about, is the fact that we still have the same pricing. £450 for the 64 GB version and £500 for the 128 GB version. And that is the same price that the OnePlus 5 came in at. Very, very impressive. Just to put that in perspective, you could buy two OnePlus 5Ts and you'd still save £100 compared to an iPhone 10. In terms of release, you can pick this up from the 21st of November. Pre-orders begin now, I believe. And I have to say, I am overall very impressed with the OnePlus 5T, especially at this price point. It's probably going to be my new bang for buck recommendation to people. What do you guys think of the OnePlus 5T? Definitely drop me a comment below and let me know. Also, let me know what other coverage you'd like me to do with the OnePlus 5T. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then please do hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out. And if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe and switch on notifications. We've got lots more content coming up on here. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on Super Saf TV, and I'll see you next time.